Alrighty guys, we are on 5-1 work together, and we are talking about how to endorse the back of a check. So if somebody writes you a check and you want to cash it, you have to sign the back, okay? There's several types of endorsements. The most common one is a blank endorsement where you just sign your name. You can have a special endorsement where you specifically say to pay a different person. So basically it's like somebody wrote a check to you, but you want to turn this check over to someone else. So instead of like depositing it in your name and then having them go and deposit the check, you can tell the back of the check to say pay to the order of whoever else you want to have your check, and then you sign your name, okay? And then the last kind is a restrictive endorsement, and that's where the only thing you can do is deposit it into an account, okay? So you can't cash it or anything like that. These first two you can cash for actual dollar bills, or you could put it into an account, however you want. This one, the restrictive endorsement, you cannot cash it. It has to be deposited into an account. So it's kind of a little bit safer to make sure that the money goes where you want it to go, okay? So on your work-togethers, what you're going to do is you're going to type, instead of like actually signing your name because it's a computer simulation, you're going to type student's signature, okay, anytime you're supposed to sign your name. So in this first one, you're supposed to do a blank endorsement, which a blank endorsement is just your signature. So in the real world, you would just sign your name on one of the lines. For the computerized world, where the computer has to grade you, what they've done, I've shown the answers here, is they put a green check mark on all four of these lines, because it really truly doesn't matter which one you sign. So if you put student signature on any of these four lines, it's going to count you correct. Do not write on all four of them. Just put student signature, usually on the first line is what you would do, okay? But the computers are going to grade you for if you put it on any of them. So that's a blank endorsement. So down below here is a special endorsement, okay? So we're going to write a special endorsement to transfer a check to Clara Kwan. So the check was written to us, but we want Clara Kwan to have the money. So what you do on the first line, you write pay to the order of, and then you type the person's name, or you write on your check who you want the money to go to. So in this case, Clara Kwan, and then you sign your name. The last line should be left blank, okay? And remember, for computer purposes, you're going to type student's signature. All right, and that's a special endorsement. Pay to the order of Clara Kwan, student signature. The last type of endorsement is a restrictive endorsement. So we want to deposit the check into the account of Grantsburg Accounting. All right, so somebody wrote me a check and I want to put it into the Grantsburg Accounting account. All right, so what you do is you say for deposit only to the account of Grantsburg Accounting, and then you sign student signature, or you would sign your name if you were actually doing this. So for deposit only to the account of, and then whatever account name you want it to be deposited into, and then student signature. Okay? All right, on step 2, we're actually going to fill out some checks. All right, so it tells you to record your balance brought forward on check stub number 151 of $2,145.88. So this is your check stub, this portion right here on the left, and this is like the little tear off, okay? So if you were to write a check, this is your check that you would write, and then you keep the check stub in your checkbook or whatever, okay? So first thing we're going to do is record our balance brought forward on check stub number 151. See here, number 151, $2,145.88. So right here it says balance brought forward. So in this box, $2,145.88. Again, you don't need to type the parentheses. Okay, it says record a deposit of $316 made on June 30th of the current year on check stub number 151. Okay, so right here we've got a place to do our deposit. So it was June. I had to check the answer, I couldn't remember. You're just supposed to type the month here and then the date, okay? So June 30th, and then over here you put the dollar amount. So that was $316. Okay, so if your balance was $2,145 and you deposited $316, your subtotal is going to be the total of these. You're going to add them up. So we're going to take 316 plus 2145.88, and we get 2461.88. So 2461.88. Okay, so that's the amount that goes here for your subtotal. Alright, it says prepare a check number 151 to A1 Computers for repairs, $148, use June 30th as the date, and then you'll type student's signature where you would sign. Okay, so right here is where we put the date, and it's going to be June 30th. Now they want you to spell it, abbreviate it, June 30, just like that. Paid to the order of. So in this box, that's where you write who the check is going to. So A1 Computers. The dollar amount in numbers goes in the box next to the dollar sign. You don't write the dollar sign again. It's already on the paper. 148. Okay. And then over here, you spell it out. So it's 140. And they want a dash. 8. And then you write and no over 100. You could also write, I believe it'll count it correct, 00 over, I didn't mean to hit enter, 00 over 100, okay? If you have no cents, I usually write no over 100. It's a preference thing. There's no real right or wrong, okay? But you put however many cents over 100. Notice also that the only place you type the word and is right before the cents. So you don't, like if you have 1,500, you don't say 1,543, okay? And only goes on your check one time, and it's written right before the cents, all right? If you were actually writing this check, you would draw a straight line from here all the way to the dollar sign, okay? And that just finalizes it and kind of says, hey, nobody can add an amount to this check, okay? Down here in this box, that's where you put your signature. So in this case, for our computer, we're going to type student's signature. And then over here, this is your memo box. It says for, what's this check written for? So it told us that their check was for repairs, so we write repairs there. Okay, so now, since we've written the check, it doesn't really tell us, but you need to finish out your check stub, okay? So this other line right here is like if you are checking your statements and you have a bank fee or a credit card expense fee or something, you would put that here. For now, we don't have anything to go in this box, so we're just going to skip it. And so our subtotal again is just the same number, 2461.88, okay, because there's nothing going on in this box. Amount for this check, so this check was written for $148. So 148 goes there, and so then our balance carried forward, if we had $2,461 in the bank and we wrote a check for $148, that means we're giving someone else our money. So we're going to subtract. So 2,461.88 minus 148 is 2313.88. Okay, and that is all for that section. So we're going to go do it one more time. So you go to the next step, and it says record the balance brought forward on check stub number 152. This is 152 now. Oh, you know what? I didn't do. I got to go back. I forgot to fill out the top part of our check stub. So I came back to this page, and right here in this top portion, it's basically you just copy what information is on your check. So our check number 151 was for the amount of 148. The date was June 30th. Oops. And we wrote the check to A1 Computers, and it was for repairs. Okay, so basically as soon as you write your check, you need to come over here and fill out the top part and then do the bottom part. Don't forget to do the top part like I did. Alright, on to the next one. So now we're on check number 152. It says record the balance brought forward on check stub number 152 of 2313.88. So right here, check stub number 152, balance brought forward, 2313.88. Prepare check number 152 to Southwest Supply, and it's for $62. It was for June 30th again. I'm going to spell out 62, 62, and no 100. It is for supplies. And remember, when you sign your check on the computer, you're going to write student's signature. Okay, so over here, fill out the top part of my check so I don't forget. $62. The date was June 30th. We wrote the check to Southwest Supply, and it is for repairs. Okay, we don't have any information about making a deposit, so we're just going to leave this portion blank on this check stub. So our subtotal is just going to be a repeat, $2313.88. We also don't have any other information, no credit card fees, no bank fees, anything like that. So our subtotal again is just rewriting $2313.88. This check, the amount was $62. Okay, so your balance carried forward, you're going to take your $2313.88, which was your balance from before. Sorry, I have it typed in there. I'm going to say minus $62, because when you write a check, the amount in your account goes down. When you make a deposit up here, it goes up because you're putting money into your account. But when you write the checks, the amount goes down. So you got to remember to always subtract your check amount. So that's going to be $2251.88. And I believe that is it for this section. All right.